may have been on before. We got up to Cancer and I ran out of battery. But I'll make these into recorded videos anyway to upload them onto TikTok. Yeah, so Cancer, you got the bat, which is, you know, notoriously only out for slithers of dusk. Okay, comes out basically out of necessity, keeps a lot to themselves under the cover of darkness. Incredibly sensitive, you know, poor eyesight, yet feels and knows where everything is all of the time through sonar. Your person got the Nightingale, okay, so I've just been looking that up. Now, nightingales represent the throat chakra, and this is the ability to communicate effectively. So nightingales have a really beautiful song, and this is what they're known for, okay? So the person that you're dealing with or manifesting in is someone who will inspire you to listen to music, to express yourself, if you don't already, through the lyrics and songs, through writing, through speaking, through dance. This person you will really admire for these qualities, okay? So the Nightingale is all about communication. This person is very effective at communicating how they're feeling. They don't keep it bottled up, they'll sing their little hearts out all day. They may be a chatterbox. They may love singing, they may love expressing their feelings through dance. They may write, okay, but the main thing is that they're expressing themselves and how they're feeling. So they're very complementary to your energy, which is far more inward and subtle, you know. So moving on from Cancer then to Leo. Okay, so Leo the Lion. Spirit guides, please can you give me a card to represent Leo's ego and one to represent their person? What is this ego dynamic? Oh, I looked up the black egg. I don't know if you were here for the one that was showing, I think it was Taurus's person. There was the earthworm, the bee, the crow, something else, and the black egg, and I had to look that one up. The black egg is about being a person of integrity, honest, truthful. They're the kind of person that would be like a mentor to others. Someone who's like an empath and a teacher. Okay, back to Leo. What's the ego of Leo? Right. Oh my god. I'm traumatised by stingrays after watching a video with a stingray. Okay. You've got the vulture for Leo. You've got the phoenix for Leo, the whale. Why do I sound Australian sometimes? The whale and the stingray. So what I've learned about stingrays is that they can end a life, okay? They can literally barb you. The manta rays are the ones with the giant mouths that kind of go along, you know, with their mouth like wide open like that and like get all the water in. The stingrays are the ones that kill people. Okay, so they glide through the water majestically. It looks like they're going through space, isn't it? It's so like free and easy, and they kind of skim the bottom of the ocean floor. But yeah, I think this woman it was on TikTok. She lay back, she was sitting in the water and she lay back in the ocean and she didn't realise there was one behind her. So it barbed her and it went through her back. And I think it went through her lung. It was really, really bad. Like, she's alive, but barely. And that's just like a TikTok video that I watched right before going to Barbados, which is the breeding ground of stingrays. So this is someone that would never hurt anyone unless provoked, but then it would be like a death penalty. Do you know what I mean? So Leo, like, you don't like to hurt people unless provoked, and that makes sense, doesn't it? Because look how stunning you are, Leo. You're a fierce protector, you know. You like to be the hero. You'd rather be in battle to save everyone and be a hero than be the one that's the villain, but you're capable of terrible things, you know, when pushed to it. Now, the whale is, this animal is very majestic. The whale is the largest creature on Earth. Whales, again, incredibly resilient, found in dark places, you know, deep down in the ocean, and, you know, can see their way around with sonar. Many different species can exist in the harshest of environments. I was talking about the Antarctic before, minus 90 degrees. You know, no permanent human inhabitants, only teams of researchers go in for short periods. You know, whales can live all over the world, but they are mistreated by humans, you know. So there's like a kind of ethereal, majestic quality to them because they're just there doing their own thing and we're not supposed to harm them, but we do. And there's something a bit sad about that. A phoenix is someone who's rising from the ashes. They're being reborn. And, you know, recovering from a terrible time or just the past and transforming, coming out of, you know, a dark period, transforming into something amazing, getting back up to the top again. The vulture. Now, in South Africa, when I went to a game reserve, okay, we went on safari, there was vultures absolutely filling the trees, and they were waiting for dead animals, you know, ones that had been killed or by other animals, you know, in a fight, like maybe a dead lion or something, or in drought, or I don't know, old age. You know, some animals do survive to old age. So anyway, the vulture, you know, the vultures swoop down in large groups and take everything. They are the scavengers. you know, and they rip everything apart. They hold it with their claws, and then they pull all the guts out and everything with their beak. You know, and they're doing that job that others don't want to do. These ones will do the dirty work that the others don't want to do. So Leo is prepared to do the dirty work, okay? We all need someone who's prepared to just get stuck in, no matter what the conditions, and just get the job done. Great qualities, you know, unexpected qualities. Let's get one for your person, the ego of your person, the one you're dealing with or manifesting in. Unicorn. Whoa. Unicorn and moth, okay. Interesting combination. So, with the moth, moths are attracted to any kind of light, you know. They're supposed to follow the light of the moon, I think, but they are attracted to lamps, they're attracted to candles, they're attracted to mobile phone lights, you know, street lights. They get themselves trapped in all kinds of situations that are not good for them. So there's a short-sightedness with moths, you know, a fool's gold condition that they see things on face value and think they're wonderful, and then kind of learn afterwards the hard way. So a short-sightedness with the moth quality. However, there's something about this person that you're dealing with or manifesting in that makes them a unicorn. Unicorns, we can't quite believe, you know, in their existence. They don't exist. Maybe they did at one time, you know, or it's a case of mistaken identity. But they stand for things that are not possible. You know, they stand for a beautiful creature that's elegant, that's majestic, that, you know, makes children feel happy and safe. They're very pure. So maybe the qualities of this person is that they are innocent and pure and childlike, you know, and they can be forgiven for being naive. I think that's what I'm getting for Leo's person. And as I said earlier, we all change, you know, like our egos change, we transform and metamorph like throughout our lifetime. This is just the current dynamic and who we are right now. Right, on to Virgo. I don't know why I always sound Australian when I say Virgo. Beautiful Virgo. Spirit guides, can you select a card for Virgo, please? The ego of Virgo at present. Right, is it just that one? Yeah. The Lion. Hi. Hi to those in the chat. So Virgo is showing up with the Lion as their ego. So the Lion is brave, bold, bossy, in charge, has a lot of responsibilities. Lions are well resourced for what they need to do. You know, they wade around, they have quite an ego. And they have to do that to keep the order, you know. They can be gentle, they can be incredibly gentle. If you see a lion with their lioness, you know, they're sweet on each other. If you see a lion with lion cubs, you know, so gentle, so patient. So the lion is very considered, makes moves that are always thought out, always premeditated. Nothing is by chance, nothing. I think, Virgo, you have a very active mind and you're a problem solver and you're responsible for a lot of people. Let's have a look at the ego of... I think you're very, very protective of your family and a fantastic provider, because if you think about the job of the lion, it's to patrol. The lion patrols the territory. The lion fights to the death with any competition, you know, anyone that means to hurt the family or the pride. And the lion hunts, and the lion will only hunt once a day because it needs to conserve its energy, you know, but it's like everything in order. Let's get one for your person, the one you're dealing with or manifesting in, see what their ego is like. Okay, they've got two cards. They've got Crocodile and they've got Fire Ant. So Virgo, your person, if you think about how crocodiles behave, I mean, they terrify me. Death by crocodile would be the worst thing ever. You know, they live in rivers, don't they, and fresh water. They're constantly camouflaged. They're very predictable. Like, I saw comments from... There was this advertisement for this water ride, and it was like rafts down this river in Australia that's like croc infested, and local people in Australia were like, no way, I'd never do that. And then others were absolutely adamant, and they were like, no, if it's a particular time of day, then, you know, it's absolutely safe because they've already fed. And people were really divided over that, because really you don't want to take any chances when it comes to crocodiles, like, because you don't stand a chance if you go up against one. But they're very, very predictable, and 50% of the people on there were like adamant that they would do that trip, that they reckon they would be absolutely fine because the way that crocodiles behave is so predictable. And if they have a full belly, they're not interested. And it's making me giggle because my mum's a Virgo, and the person that she's married to, my father, when he's got a full belly, he's not interested. So it's like, what should we say? You have to know the right way to caretake these creatures, even the wild ones. They need caretaking, and they should be respected and feared as well. You know, they're a top predator, absolute top predator, apex predator, top of the food chain. But if you know how to negotiate them, you'll be all right. Fire ants. I don't know a lot about these. I can only imagine that they are called that because they provide some sort of illumination, the way that fireflies do. Maybe they have a sting, which burns like fire, or a bite. So again, this person could have two sides to them. They could be quite bitey, but they could be fine if you know how to handle them. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on from Virgo and let's go on to Libra. The Scales of Justice. How stunning are these papers? These are off Temu. I think you're meant to use them for wrapping, but there's not a chance I'm wrapping a gift with these. I'm keeping these forever. It's two-sided as well. There's stuff on the back. Stuff. A gorgeous design. Is that a sword as well? Yeah, that's stunning. Okay, so let's see what spirit animal you are right now. Let's have a look at your ego, Libra. Hummingbird. So you are very capable, Libra, of communicating how you feel. Okay, and that makes sense because you're an air sign. You're the Scales of Justice, right? So you're going to say what you think about something because you're just speaking your truth. You're a person of valor, a person of honour, integrity, you know, above all integrity. If you think about the courts, you know, the sense of justice. And you're quite happy to hear both sides. You know, you want your person to be a good communicator because you're a good communicator, so you need that from someone else. The hummingbird represents the throat chakra. Okay, so the ability to say how you feel, speak your truth, to be authentic, to be someone who expresses their emotions through dance, through song, through writing, through drama. Nothing is withheld, nothing is held in, it's all out. It's all out there, okay? And I think that applies to the person that's important, the people that are most important to you, but, you know, people that you've literally just met as well. You'll communicate very effectively with them. Let's get one for your person. The one you're dealing with or manifesting in. What is this ego dynamic? Okay, we've got Scorpion and Crocodile. So I'll show you them and then I'll go through each one at a time. So the Scorpion, if you think that they live in the desert, in the sand, you know, desert temperatures 52, 53 degrees centigrade, like blood boiling kind of temperature, like human beings die in those temperatures, only cacti, camels, you know, scorpions, golden wheel spiders, like certain things can survive, most things couldn't. This person is capable of withstanding incredible amounts of pressure. Okay, it's a very strong, resilient person that you're dealing with. But you have to know the right way to handle them, because the crocodile is someone that I've just told a story in the Virgo reading. The crocodile is a creature that when he has a full belly, he's satisfied and he's no trouble to anyone. He's no bother. But when he's hungry, he's capable of killing, okay? So this is like a very interesting, you might say they're opposite energies, but I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I think unusually the crocodile might be an apex predator, top of the food chain, but it's not malicious. It's not malicious, it's doing its natural thing, which is when it's hungry, it will find something to eat. The scorpion is incredibly resilient, a lot of staying power, you know, and it's got many ways that it survives. It moves quickly, strategically. It's got that strong exoskeleton. It's perfectly adapted to the environment that it's in. And it's got that sting if it needs to use it. So it's well prepared. I think it's a quality person, but you have to know how to handle them. Well, that was short and sweet for you, Libra. Let's go on to Scorpio. That does not, okay, that does not look like a scorpion, that looks like a crab. Is that not the same as the Cancer one? Hang on. I'm going to complain about that if that's the same. Oh no, look, okay. They're all different. They are different. The crab one's much more like rounded in the body. I had this discussion with the kids in school. How many legs does a crab have? And someone said 8, and everyone else was like, no, it's 6 because the front 2 are arms, and we just got so confused. They do look like spiders. I used to like crabs because I love the sea, but then it started to freak me out when I saw them as a spider. That does not look like a scorpion. Sorry, Timo, but it doesn't. They did you dirty there. Where's the tail with the sting? Didn't get it. That is not acceptable. Okay, let's look at your... Let's look at your ego. Spirit guides, can you give me a card to represent the ego of Scorpio at this point in their life, please? They did you dirty with that one, sorry. The moth. Okay, so the moth represents a little bit of short-sightedness. Okay, so the moth is attracted to many things. Okay, fool's gold. If you know what fool's gold is, it looks like gold. It shimmers like gold, but it isn't worth anywhere near as much. Moths are attracted to all kinds of light. Okay, they're attracted to candlelight, lamps, street lights. You often see them trapped inside, you know, like all kinds of places they shouldn't be. And they're even attracted to mobile phone light. So it's a card of being like a little bit short-sighted, like taking things a little bit too much at face value. It could speak to being a bit materialistic or loving, you know, buying things. Maybe not being that discerning with who we have as our company. Sorry, I don't know why that's like fuzzy. Yeah, who should we keep in our company? Because maybe a moth doesn't kind of like... use their discernment as much as like another animal would, okay? Who is it that you're dealing with then? A cheater. Okay, so the ego of the person that you're dealing with, Scorpio, is cheaters are captivating, okay? We love to look at them because they are absolutely stunning. And cheaters are, I think they're the fastest animal on earth. Don't they run like 90-something miles an hour? Or have I just made that up? They're very fast. They can cause, you know, devastation. The speed that they go comes from incredible power, energy, a kind of solar energy, okay? They are well adapted to their environment. They are hunters. So if you are stalked by one of these, you better pray, because, you know, they're gonna catch you. So it can speak to karma and things catching up on you, or tower moments. But mostly they're really stunning to look at and captivating, and, you know, we love cheaters. Incredible energy. I do feel like cheaters are, you know, they're similar to lions, but I feel like they're more watchful. I think they observe. I think they spend lots and lots of time observing, lots and lots of time resting. I think they're very intelligent, actually. So that kind of goes well with the naivety of the moth. You know, you're kind of looking for someone that can navigate external energies with more finesse, more style, more grace, more intelligence. Okay, I think you might be someone who is sapiosexual, so you might really admire other people's intelligence, their wit, the way they are strategically making moves and constantly watching others. Like, you probably admire someone who is more discerning about other people than you, and you might be a bit fearful, you know, really, of like other people, or just naive to what other people can be like. Okay, let's go on to Sagittarius, the Archer. How stunning is this? Okay, what spirit animal is the ego of Sagittarius right now? One for Sagittarius, please. Right, we've got the dragon and the fish. That was like an optical illusion then. The one I thought was upside down was the right way, and the one I thought was the right way was upside down. The dragon and the fish. So fish go with the flow, you know. They are waterborne. They change direction with the movement and the flow of the current, don't they? They don't go against the current, they have to change direction to go with it. or they work really, really hard to propel themselves through the water quickly to get away from danger. Fish they have to have their wits about them because they can be eaten, by a lot of predators. They're at the bottom of the food chain. However, they've got their tactics, haven't they? They're in large schools, large groups of fish, and they will all turn and move in the same direction and stay together, or they'll scatter, and dart off. So it depends what type of fish they are. They also don't cope well if the water becomes too alkaline or too acidic. They don't cope well with that, but there's plenty. In terms of food, there's plenty for the fish to feed from, but will it get gobbled up, So fish have to have a lot of babies, a lot of eggs, don't they? Like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of eggs, and hope that at least a couple won't get eaten. It's about numbers with fish. It's a numbers game. With the dragon is a mythical beast and it doesn't mean any harm. In fact, in legends, people often ride the dragons, don't they? And the dragon is very wise. It sees everything from up above. It keeps the person safe. I remember lots of cartoons and programs where the dragons, the child would sit on the dragon's back and they would fly through the sky and it would get them out of all kinds of danger. So there's a sense of like, with you being Sagittarius the archer, on horseback with your bow and arrow, and the way fish get out of danger and the way that dragons protect others from danger, it's like a running theme. I think you're a very protective person because we don't only hunt for food when we do archery, we protect, don't we? Most times bows and arrows are used to protect tribes, to protect forests, to keep ourselves, to defend ourselves, yeah? There's a warrior spirit here, and dragons are mythical. This is a spirit card. It's a creature that's not of the earth. So there's something otherworldly about you, Sagittarius. There's something really nice about that energy. Okay, so your person has the black egg. See, this is the one that I had to go and look up, okay? See, this is also otherworldly. And the super quality in your person is that they are very, very truthful, very, very noble. They love to serve their community. They are likely a teacher or a mentor. It's a person of integrity. They may be a writer. Journalists tell the truth. Someone who travels the world to share, the goings on, the war crimes that are happening, to expose things, is another form of integrity, of honour, of truth, of serving the community, serving the world, serving the country. Acts of service are probably how this person shows, that they care. A Very like ethereal kind of vibe. Okay, on to Capricorn. Capricorn. Okay, let's have a look at your ego at this current phase in your life. Okay, we have the bat, the swan, the whale, and the vulture. So the bat keeps a lot to themselves. They only come out for very, very short slithers of the evening, don't they? When the sun has dropped and it's warm, they'll come out. Everything has to be just right, and they don't stay out for long. So there's a lot hidden when it comes to bats. They keep themselves well out the way. But they're incredibly sensitive creatures, so whilst they can't see very well, they use sonar, and they have, I don't know if I just made this up, I think they have hairs like all over their wings. You know, they're so sensitive to the environment, very, very sensitive. Vultures do the dirty work. They do the hard work that no one else wants to do, the job that no one else wants to do. We all need vultures in our lives. Vultures will swoop down, you know, they wait in the trees in large numbers. They'll swoop down and rip that carcass up with their feet and their beak and get rid of what's just left lying around. You know, it's not glamorous work, but it's an important job, right? The whale is it's the largest creature on Earth. It can cope in freezing temperatures, you know, in the Antarctic and the Arctic. I mean, we don't have any permanent human communities in the Antarctic. It's minus 90 something degrees, but you will find several species of whale as well as seals. So these guys are really special. They're really quite something, you know. They often get mistreated, don't they? Because we've got killer whales and whales that eat seals and dolphins, but whales don't harm human beings, but human beings often harm whales, and they're quite vulnerable, really. Especially if they get washed up on shore, you know, with global warming and human-created environmental conditions. They're swimming off course. We're harming their environment, so they're getting beached. In Wales, actually, you know, just off the coast of Wales, and sometimes England, we get beached whales. Massive, massive whales beached because they've lost their direction, because we're changing the environment around them, so they're quite vulnerable despite being so large. Right, swans are graceful, aren't they? Incredibly graceful. You know, their feet might be going like billy-o below the surface of the water, but they're incredibly, incredibly beautiful. And I think they mate, you know, like with one other swan, and I think they are very much loyal to each other. So I get loyalty, vulnerability, hardworking, and sensitive for you, Capricorn. Let's get one for your person. I say one, but if any number come out, we'll take them. The hyena. So you're dealing with somebody who's actually not very trusting. Hyenas are quite mistrusting. I think they can come out in the day and the night. When I was in South Africa, they made really weird noises and they surrounded the tent. You know, they're in packs normally. They look worse than what they actually are, you know? I think they look quite scary looking, quite wiry, a bit of a mean face. They show the teeth, but they're probably like puppies, really. But it's that sense of, you know, like in children's movies, like the hyena always like the bad guy, aren't they? They're always like naughty or like evil or nasty. So yeah, there's a mistrusting. This person likes to sort of keep more in their own community rather than fully integrate. You know, they might scavenge where humans are because there's going to be a braai or a barbecue or whatever. But I think that they prefer to keep back, you know, in their own communities. I don't think hyena personalities integrate fully with others. I think they're more opportunist and guarded, really. I think they like the straightforward qualities of you. You know, you're calm, you're vulnerable, you're sensitive, you're hardworking. So they probably sense that you are safe to be around. Someone mistrusting would look for those qualities, wouldn't they? Aquarius, we're on to Aquarius. The water bearer. Okay, let's have a card for Aquarius then. Straight out with unicorn, dolphin and otter. Now I get a serious, well, I shouldn't say serious because that doesn't really make sense, but I'm getting a whole lot of playful energy from this. Very childlike, playful, entertaining. Oh my goodness. There's a TikTok with Leia the otter in Sweden. You have to check out Leia the otter because it's I can't remember the guy's name, but he's really lovely. She's wild, but she's made like a sort of friendship with him, this otter. I think he might have given her food once, and so she disappears for days at a time, but she does go into his house, and then he'll kayak down the river, and she'll be turning and swimming and playing in the river, and she'll go and hunt crabs and like swim right down the water, get the crab in her mouth and then swim back up with it and climb into the kayak. It's the cutest thing ever. Leia, Leya, Leia the otter in Sweden. She's on TikTok. Oh my goodness. But I love she's carefree, she's happy, she's healthy. He's not trying to put jumpers on her or put shoes on her or, you know, put her in the car and do stuff that isn't natural. Like, she's fully wild, but she just understands that he's not a threat. So there's a sort of symbiotic, I don't know if symbiotic's the word, but there's a mutual kind of understanding between her and the guy that she's sort of made friends with, befriended. They're very cute. When I go swimming, I feel like an otter, honestly, because I turn around in the water and I love how carefree I feel. So I think there's a delightful quality to you, Aquarius, where you are carefree and high-spirited. And I think people love it. I think it's really entertaining. Same with dolphins. You know, dolphins have that, they just kind of know, don't they? They're very intelligent and they kind of know when they're making people giggle. They know when they're making people laugh. They get mistreated in some circumstances, but mostly they can do no wrong. People haven't got bad words to say about dolphins. They never would. Because they always look like they're smiling, don't they? I think they're people pleasers, which can go a bit too far sometimes. I think you care. I think you have a really big heart, and I think you care about how other people are feeling. And I think you sometimes put that before your own feelings and get quite drained. But I mean, that's very endearing. And then you've got a unicorn. So, you know, you're a rare and almost like quite unbelievable creature, Aquarius, you know? There's not a lot of people like you. And that's why you're so important and you're so special. I'm gonna do your person, and then I'll have to charge up again to do Pisces, unfortunately. Let me just check how much percentage I'm on. Yeah, I'm only on 5%. Oh, so annoying. Because the microphone plugs in where the charger goes on my phone. I can't, do you know what I mean? I can't just, I'll have to try to find a solution for that. Okay, so you're dealing with a wolf and a lamb. The person you're dealing with has wolf and lamb, okay? Now, lambs are baby sheep, you know? They're cute, they're cuddly. Who doesn't want to just pick up a lamb and give it a bottle and feed it, you know? Very, very cute qualities. Now, I don't have a lot else to say about that other than I would say you feel like you want to protect a lamb, don't you? You just feel like you want to protect it, okay? The wolf, however, is incredibly independent, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think wolves, I think they are lone, aren't they? Well, they have packs, but no, they do have packs, don't they? Do you get lone wolves? I feel like you do get lone wolves. There's something, there's like, they're very opposite, aren't they? You know, like that tale of like a wolf in sheep's clothing. This person has like very strange parallels, like all you want to do is look after them, but actually you're not supposed to get too close to them, because wolves have their own community and they have befriended humans because they've learned that human beings give away scraps and there's food available. But wolves keep to themselves largely. They don't want to fully integrate with humans. However, this is where dogs originate from and why we have, you know, domestic dogs now. So it's like you want to get close to this person, but it's almost like you can't. Because they've got this like independence that's they're quite underestimated. People see them as the lamb, but what they are is the wolf. I think that's quite cool, actually. So opposite, like, personality traits. Do you think I can get Pisces done if I go fast before the phone goes off? If it just goes off, it's because the battery's gone. Okay. Because I just can't be bothered, like, coming back on for one sign. It's, like, annoying. Pisces. Really nice artwork. Okay, what have you got for Pisces? Pisces is ego right now. What's their spirit animal at this phase in their life? Turtle, going with the flow. Fast, capable, unlikely, okay? Turtles eat jellyfish. They can eat things that would sting, and cause others a lot of pain. Turtles love a bit of jellyfish. They love a bit of jellyfish, okay? They're very hardy creatures. They're much more... I think they're underestimated. I think they are perfectly adapted to their environment. They roam the land and the sea, and they know a lot. They've seen a lot. They've done a lot. Yes, they're cute, but there's far more to them than that. Okay? Very intelligent. That's you, Pisces. So let's get one for your person just before we run out of battery. Cheater. So the person you're dealing with or manifesting is very eye-catching. They get a lot of attention because of the way they look, because of how fast they are, because people watch out for them. People need to be wary of them, okay? If they are an apex predator, we need to be wary of them, and they blend into the environment. They're just it's very like, I think people dodge this person because maybe they don't understand them, but it's also out of respect as well. But they're so beautiful and stunning looking that we can't help but watch them. Does that make sense? I don't think there's as little going on with this person as what some people would imagine. They're observers. Cheaters are always watching. They sleep with one eye open, They lay low, but they're always watching, surveilling. I can't imagine that turtles spend a lot of time watching and surveilling. I think they are pretty much always on the move. So they're complementary qualities, aren't they? Cheaters are not always on the move. Everything's thought out. They can't waste their energy because they use up a hell of a lot of energy when they do that really, really fast sprinting. Aren't they like the fastest creature on earth? But it's for like seconds and then they're spent, aren't they? So I think this person reserves energy, and I think you're quite different in personality and how you approach things. It's like you're parts of different worlds. You might have a tendency to be like misunderstood by others. People might underestimate you, or just think, oh, you're cute and like, a bit dozy, but you're not. You're very, very fast. You get loads done. You travel to many different places. You're always doing. So I don't know if a cheater would keep up with you. I tried to catch up with some turtles on holiday in the Caribbean, and we just couldn't get to them. The Caribbean is like really choppy waters, so I've got a whole new respect for turtles, to be honest. I think you make a good duo because if you think about it, cheaters are good at like the things that they do, but they probably unwittingly find out that you've got so many talents, and you can chomp up a poisonous, like venomous jellyfish in an instant. So I think they will like how fun you are, how adventurous you are, and take them out of their comfort zone. I'm made up that we got to the end, guys, because I thought my phone for sure was going to cut out. What I'll do is, I'll probably, when this finishes processing, I'll probably make these into individual sign videos and then I'll put them on YouTube and TikTok. Okay. If you